Hey there, let's walk through the student zone together. If you log in and go to live streams at the bottom, you should see the student zone. And this is called the student zone not only because only students have access to it, but also because it's mostly built by students. These are all great ideas that you students had and told us, hey, I wish there was this thing or that thing, and then we found a way to put it in. So the first thing is the daily challenge right here. This is probably the easiest way to pick up points. You click on that, and there is a daily challenge, which means at the beginning of this practice video, we show you some new skill. Now, if you're in Clopple Academy, you're probably already running into a lot of these skills, so you can just skip through the first part of this, or if this just seems boring to you, that's fine too. But what you're really looking for is the part that comes up after this little skill at the beginning. Usually takes about 30 seconds to a minute to show you how to do this particular skill in case you don't have a lot of other stuff to practice. But then you just want to use this timer right here. This is a 10-minute timer because everyone should be practicing, I don't know, about 10 minutes a day at least. So you just practice along with that. Every now and then you will hear a chime. Let me see if I can find one here.
The number 9.
So that was the first one here, and they show up at random periods. So the number 9 is the first thing down here in the full secret code. You just put in a 9, and you'd keep practicing. You don't have to pause the video. Just keep on going, and then you keep working on your song. So you end up getting 10 minutes of practice in, and also you get a secret code. When you have the full secret code, whatever it is for that day, let's say it's 98JP. Then you click submit the full code. And if that's the correct code for the day, which it will be if you watch the whole video, then you'll automatically get points for that. And then, of course, the points can be seen here in the rankings. So if you click on that, you can just look for they're in alphabetical order. So just look for your username in here, and it'll tell you how many points you have at the moment. And you can also download the PDF and the MP3 from the current week. So this will be this week's MP3 and PDF. But if you're working on a different song, that's perfectly fine too. You just work on whatever song you're working on. But this is just kind of a 10-minute timer for you to practice and also pick up points for practicing. Also, if you want to do some sight reading, we're working on developing our own sight reading program, but we have this link to this other website here in case that's something that you're wanting to put a lot of time in on. If we go back to the student zone though, the next thing would be performing in a recital. So every few months here in Northern California, we have live recitals for anyone who wants to drive here. But wherever you are in the world, you can also perform in that same recital just by recording a video of you performing your song really well and then submit it, and then you can be included in that. We will be playing your video in the actual live recital, and then at the VIP reception afterwards, you can video teleconference in with us and participate that way. You'll still get a printed recital program and your performance certificate, and you'll get invitations so that you can have other people, because we live stream it, of course, on Learn Piano Live, so you can invite your friends and family to log in and watch your performance. If you click on that, it's got instructions here on how to get all of that. And of course, by participating in that, you pick up an extra 2,000 points towards the weekly gift card raffle. Next is the song bookmark. So this is just for you people who love books, but also want to be continuing to work on your song. This is the month's featured song. So Music Lessons in a Box students get this mailed to them automatically. But for the rest of you who want to print these out, you can print that out and throw that in your whatever book you're reading. And when you get tired of reading for a little while, go to the piano and practice your song for a little while, and then go back to reading. Next, we have the practice tracker. So if you just click on that, you'll get this thing right here. So down here at the bottom, we've given you a little cheat sheet for all of the notes on the piano and on the staff in case you're working on level 2 or higher. You can see all the letter names are written in there. So a couple little cheat sheets for you down there. But up here, the big thing is on Monday of your first week, you want to write in how many minutes you wrote in this circle right over here. And then over here's a place where you can just write down the code in case you're working with that daily challenge and you don't like having to type each letter in. If you would prefer to just have a pencil nearby at the piano, then when you hear the first letter or number of the code, you can write it in there. And when you have the full thing, then you can submit that code that way. So this will track up to 5 weeks worth of practice. And that way, when you get to the end of the month or whatever, then you can look back and see how much progress you probably should have made. If you have a bunch of zeros in here because you haven't been practicing a lot, then you probably shouldn't be a whole lot better than you were at the beginning. But, you know, if you're putting in 10, 15, 20 minutes a day, add those up and see how many total minutes you have. It'll be exciting to see all that progress. Next is the Student of the Month application. So if you want to be featured in one of the upcoming newsletters, then click on that, fill out the information here, and tell us what your story is and what your favorite and least favorite parts of Learn Piano Live are. Now, for all the Music Lessons in a Box subscribers, if you click on this link right here, that is the bingo link. So you were sent a bingo card in the mail. So you can see this one is for August 2019. This will be the current video for the Music Lessons in a Box bingo card that you got. You just watch that video with your card out, and when we call out the things that you see on your card, then you can mark those off on your card and get points for filling that out and finishing it. Hey, it's Bach. Cool. Next, we have the weekly activity. So you get an extra 150 points when you complete this and you tag hashtag Learn Piano Live in your social media posts. Or you can just fill it out for fun, because they are. So this week's is rhythm flashcards, but this changes every week. So these are flashcards that you can print out and cut out and use those. There are instructions for each of the weekly activities. If you're wondering how many points you have, of course, you can click here on rankings, and this, just like we had there's several other links on the website, different ways to get to this. One of them is in the live lessons. I think there's another one in any archived lesson, and then right here in the student zone. This is just, again, listed alphabetically and has all of your points in there. If your name is not on there, that's probably because you have 0 points. It might be that you just recently won the raffle, and every time you win the raffle, your points go back down to 0 for you to build back up more chances to win in the next raffle. And lastly, for now, we have the skills menu, and this is just a description of a lot of different things you could study. So a lot of people come here with really specific ideas of, I want to learn how to sight read music, or I really want to learn more about theory, but there's just so much to learn about that this kind of gives you an idea of what all is out there and what you could be working on. And then if you fill that out, we can make a personalized plan for you that you can get to your goals as quickly as possible. And like I said, this is mostly built because of your great ideas. So if you have other great ideas of things that are not included here, but that we should include, then definitely pass those ideas along, and we'll keep growing your student zone.